Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive.
Hi, I'm Bree Swanson, and I'm a small medium at large.
Yes, and we have partnered up. We know each other through mediumship and psychic work and other things, and we've discovered we have this love of crystals that we share. So we have been doing crystal videos, just kind of going over some of the healing properties and metaphysical properties of crystals. So you are now tuned in to series number 7 of 8 of crystals that we're talking about for spiritual and emotional healing. We're kind of going through roughly in alphabetical order. But we're going to start today with the T, letter T, and go from there. And hopefully you'll find some great information that you didn't know before.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I believe, did we want to talk about really quickly the fact that we're not doctors and
Oh
um
yeah, we should probably tell you that we're not doctors.
uh,
And this stuff is not meant to be instead of any kind of Western medicine regimen or treatment plan that you may be on. This is in addition to, and to enhance your feelings, to enhance your well-being, your sense of overall well-being. And so, yeah, that's what crystals are intended to do.
yeah, and
Not the
really
be all and end all.
yeah. And really quickly, I guess we also wanted to mention too that with each crystal, make sure you do your due diligence and your research and all of that good stuff when it comes to having a new crystal addition into your home, or for whatever you're going to use it for. Um, some crystals cannot get wet. Like, just don't get them wet. They become toxic. They dissolve. Other bad or not so great things happen when they get wet. Um, and there's other methods of cleansing besides getting them wet, such as sound and selenite bowls and sunlight, moonlight. The list goes
Saging.
on.
Yeah.
And of course, this goes without being said, don't eat your crystals. Um, and if that does happen, I mean, yeah, avoid at all costs. But yeah, please call poison control or any medical person that you go to, I guess. Yeah.
Treat your crystals right and they'll treat you right.
Yeah.
So go ahead now and get started with tiger's eye.
Yeah.
Tiger's eye, depends on where you're from, how you say it. It's a sunstone and it's all about vitality. Yeah, that's a really pretty obelisk of it.
Yeah.
Pyramid. And I've got one here that's heart-shaped. Also got a lot of movement, a lot of color to it. This helps bring people into a sense of practicality and physical action, right? Kind of helps get your activity level up, maybe brings your metabolism up. If people are kind of lean toward extremism, it kind of helps bring them back toward the middle instead of being way over here or way over here. It kind of keeps you in the middle ground, right?
It keeps you more centered. Yeah.
Yeah. All about harmony. This
Yes.
comes in other colors besides brown, but brown is the most popular and the most commonly used. I've seen it in blue too. It's really pretty in blue. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's heat treated to make it blue or if it comes naturally in blue. I don't know enough about it to know that, but this is really a good stone for like if you're going to a family occasion, like, we just had the holidays and you can take this to kind of help bring a sense and foster that atmosphere of harmony in family relationships.
Yeah. And also a sense of strength and protection as well. It's incredibly protective. Um, Even as you're going and navigating throughout your daily life, or if you're using it for a specific purpose, you can definitely do that as well. Yeah. And it's also beautiful to pair with like hematite and black obsidian. It makes a great triple punch.
Yes, very grounding.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have a couple of different topazes. And depending on the type and the color, topaz has a variety of different kinds of beneficial energies. I don't have a white topaz. I don't know if you have a white topaz, Bree, but white topaz is for people who are having a difficult time speaking their truth because of fear of recrimination or fear of being judged. So white topaz is good for helping people to gain confidence and their ability to stand up for themselves and speak their truth.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a
They,
piece, like
oh,
a
you do have a piece of it.
brown topaz. And it's cool because I noticed like in the sunlight, there's some rainbows that come through like in the middle of it. But it's
Oh,
great for manifestation, great for emotional stability, great for transitions, and just in a sense connecting to your higher self as well.
so I have a gold topaz. It's the top stone here in this particular piece of jewelry. Gold topaz is the carrier of the golden pink ray of the Christ consciousness. So it's also really good for acknowledging and feeling closer to, accepting that relationship that we all have to the divine. It's a wonderful stone to meditate with. It's great to direct your ideas into form, and also about, maintaining personal boundaries and honoring sacred space. So it's a really pretty and interesting, beautiful stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then blue topaz, of course, we've talked about that before for other things, but
Yeah.
it's also really good for spiritual and emotional healing. I have a little blue topaz earring, pairs well with this is just a little diamond in there, but diamonds like clear quartz, it amplifies the intention of and the energy of what it's paired with. So this blue topaz is awesome for your mental processes, your verbal skills, fine tuning and bringing those to the front burner, improving your attention span. It's also good for concentrating, right, on mental tasks. Did you have some blue topaz?
Yeah,
Also,
I've got it in a ring. I'm not sure where it is, but it is ultra calming, and it definitely packs a punch too.
very, yeah. It's also good for discovering like your personal highest truth, when you want to meditate with it, to go within and see what's really true for me. It's a good stone to have. So
Yeah.
next we're going to go into the tourmaline family. There are so many different beautiful tourmalines, and they can be red, they can be black, like Bree's got a really pretty black one. They can be pink, brown, green, blue, gold, purple, lilac color. Yeah, there you go. All the different colors are right there in that bracelet. Um, and you can see they've got these striations in them. It's kind of veiny and a little flinty, kind of sparkly,
Mhm.
and so they're great grounding stones. I love black tourmaline. It's like my favorite for neutralizing and diffusing energy. Is that a black one that you've got there? A rough one?
The big honky black one. You can
That's a good one.
got some straight sides to it. It isn't as like, as fine tuned, but it does the job.
Yeah, exactly. It takes energy. It's like if some negative energy is coming towards you, it diffuses it and sends it to ground so that it can be transmuted and sent back to source. Also, it's really good to have around computers, TVs, X-ray equipment. If you have to be around a lot of that kind of stuff that puts out that kinesioelectric energy, this helps neutralize that and its effect on you. So it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And then pink tourmaline is a pretty stone. I have that in its rough form. I don't have a polished one, but that's pink tourmaline in quartz. Did you
Yeah.
have a pink tourmaline?
I have it in a necklace, but I forgot to bring it.
Okay, no worries, no problem. This one's good toward, being acknowledging your feminine energies, bringing in love, getting past, loving yourself enough to let go of past abuse, any kind, letting go of negative attachments. It's really good for releasing old emotional wounds. You can use this. It's very stabilizing. It's an emotional balancer,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah. And highly protective as all tourmalines are. They create that nice shield. And
Yes.
over time, as you use it, you might notice that some of it kind of like breaks and chips away. And that's its way of giving you and providing you that protection that was needed.
Done its job.
Yeah.
So green tourmaline looks a lot like black tourmaline until you like put it in the light, and you can kind of see through it unless it's a big old chunk, you can see through it. But green, it's a dark green color. I don't personally have any, but it's just such a beautiful stone. It connects to your emotional heart. So I
Mhm.
wanted to talk to you about that because it's a little more connected to the 3D than say, the emotional effect of the pink tourmaline, right? So
Mhm.
it's in contrast, it acts in harmony with your human heart and your body so that it can create a sense of stability, if that makes sense. It's really beneficial for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's red tourmaline, which we talked about in the last video. It's also called rubellite. Red tourmaline is actually like, it can be red, but it's more commonly this really deep fuchsia pink color. So anyway, it's there and it's got its own uses. And so please go see video number 5. We can tell you more about it there. But moving on, we wanted to talk to you a little bit about turquoise.
Oh, yes.
Turquoise is an awesome protective stone. It comes in all different colors. It can be like anything from the green to the greeny blue. It can have veining. It can not have veining. Like this particular one is a light blue-green with no veining. But I think yours does. It's just so many, depending on where you find it, it can look a lot of different ways. So
Yeah.
how do you use turquoise? I love it for protection.
Yeah. So protection and combining that ultra calming aspect of it as well. Um, I read that I guess it was common for people to place a piece of turquoise underneath their pillows. As I was telling you about the turquoise ring that I felt called to sleep with. Uh,
Yeah.
so that's really cool to find out that that is a common practice. Um, that's associated with turquoise, and I just love it because it has those very communicative properties as well, um, and that it gives that um, extra good dose to like what you're saying, and making sure that that's clear in relation to like what's going on with your brain, so really getting those thoughts out and getting them out eloquently. uh,
Yeah.
but yeah,
And
beautiful. It's an oldest time. Like, turquoise has been
yeah,
used
very well.
long, long time.
The Greeks used it, the Romans used it, the Egyptians used it. I mean, like a few thousand BC, they were using this as a stone of courage and a stone of acknowledging one's ancestors. I know in the Native American tradition, it encourages spiritual bonding with your ancestors, with your guides, with your angels, and looking at life from the perspective of being an instrument of the creator, or in the Native American tradition, the Great Spirit. So it's all about honoring that wisdom that comes from our life experiences in this life too. So, and the soul believes, and at least this is what I keep being told in readings, that all experiences, in their opinion, are good. We're the ones that put labels on them that are like good or bad or, negative or positive. For them, it's all about evolution. It's all about our soul evolving and growing, and there's no such thing as a bad experience. So this turquoise is like this beautiful physical reminder of that we are the accumulation of all of our life's experiences. So it's really cool. I love it for that.
Yeah.
So now we've got a fun one. Go ahead and tell us about unicorn stone. This is an awesome stone. I
So
don't have, so I love hearing about this.
unicorn stone is composed of lepidolite, pink tourmaline, smoky quartz, clear quartz, and Clevelandite. Um, so it's definitely a unicorn. It's definitely right. But it has, with the combination of all these stones, especially, when I think of smoky quartz and lepidolite and pink tourmaline, those are like ultra heart soothing, calming, transmuting, getting rid of any past hurts, And
Emotional healing.
yeah,
That is so pretty. And
there,
it's got a little bit of all those different colors.
yeah,
I
it's
mean, the purple of the lepidolite, the pink tourmaline, you can see that in there. You can see the smoky quartz in it. Yeah, it's really
yeah,
pretty.
and it's great to meditate with and connect to your guides and your angels and just give you that sense of peace and calming, especially when it feels like there's just chaos all around you. And
Calm in the storm.
yeah, in a way, yeah, it does that too. But it's a great heart healer as well. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it's beautiful to work with if you're able to find it or source it and get a good source for this. This is a great one to
Mhm.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So next we're going to talk about zircon, and I know Bree and I are pretty much of the same mind here that we don't work a whole lot with man-made stones, but there are a few that can be very helpful that do have energetic properties. When I say man-made, I'm talking about in this case with zircons, it's like heat treated, sort of like a lot of people see heat treated amethyst and it's or heat treated citrine. Those are the ones that get that artificially, super gold look. And then there are zircons. Naturally, they're like a brownish red to a brownish yellow. And what happens with the natural zircon is that they heat treat it and it creates cubic zirconia, which they can be clear, they can be white, look like diamonds, which is what a lot of us would know from jewelry and stuff, yellow, green, or blue. And I happen to have a blue one right here. So, but what it does is it's when you cut it into facets, the high brilliance and the intensity of the fired stone helps balance the physical body with being open to your spiritual side, but also while you're staying connected to the earth plane. It's good for easing depression. It's also good for insomnia. I know insomnia is, you could call that an emotional affliction or a physical affliction. I'm not really sure where to categorize it, but definitely depression is here for, so it's good for emotional healing in that sense. Just wanted to bring that one out. Kind of an exception to our little rule. And now the last one that I would want to talk about is zoisite with ruby. Again, I was telling you earlier, we were both telling y'all that ruby comes in other colors besides just the deep dark red. You can see this is kind of a fuchsia. And that's what you most commonly see when you see zoisite with ruby in it. This is what's the common color. But it's all about dealing with grief, anger, a sense of despondency, despair, hopelessness. But it helps you to process that and be able to express that so that, it promotes healing in that way. We all have stress in our lives. We're all going to have to go through times of challenge and times of grief and times of dealing with, being defeated. And this is a good stone for helping to bring forward the expression of that so that you can get it out and release it and let it go. It just strengthens the energetic connections between the brain and the heart, right?
Yeah.
So really pretty good stone.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for this one. We're going to do our very last video is all about the quartzes. And so we'll do that coming up here next. That'll be the finale. So thank you for joining us. Please hit like, please hit subscribe. Let us know if you have any questions from what we've said and what we talked about. We're happy to clarify. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye. Thank you.